types of videos. This is my mamii. This new leaf spike is coming in. It's looking like it's getting very mature. And this right here is just dwindling away slowly, but I'm gonna leave it because why not? I'm just gonna pull off this nasty brown edge. But I want to unpot this and repot it. Ooh, the roots are coming out the bottom. Can you see that root coming out the bottom? I had a feeling that it was gonna be ready for real soil. So I'm super happy to see that it is. Hopefully the root system has really developed nicely, because when I put it in, it wasn't a very big root system, but it felt big enough to go into its own little pot. So let's see. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that is so much better than I expected. I'm not like super concerned about removing like as much of the cocoa as I can, because I like the cocoa as a mix and I don't want to disturb it too much. The only thing with the cocoa is there's no nutrients in it. So I want to get it into a nutrient rich mixture so that it can start, you know, producing growth at a more rapid rate and be getting exactly what it needs. But this is incredible. When I put it in, it barely had a root system. It was barely coming off. It was maybe like this big. I grabbed this clear pot because it is basically like the same shape, and it's a 5.5 inch pot. And I have been using these for a really long time. A lot of my Anthurium are in these and I love them. I think they're really easy to monitor the roots. Like if there's a plant that I'm nervous about, I like using this because I can keep an eye on the roots and see how everything is growing in. So I'm gonna be potting it in Dela tanks as well. A lot of my philodendron are very happy in it. Not all of my plants have been transferred yet, but all of my plants that are in it are just loving it. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay. Okay, thank goodness I'm a little short, so I don't have to bend too much. I think if I just spread my legs a bit, maybe if I just like spread my stance, I'll be a better height. But okay, what is next? So this is a variegated Epipremnum variegata. Epipremnum pinnatum variegata. That's what the plant is called. And I have it propagating in sphagnum moss inside of this glass here. And you know what? I think this might be the last thing that I propagate in sphagnum moss. Really for the reason of I preferred the cocoa peat. Like this philodendron mamii was my big experiment to see what I thought. And I just much preferred the cocoa peat. And for really the only reason is I don't really want to keep sphagnum. I don't really want to keep sphagnum moss in my pots. Like I have to work really hard to remove it from the roots is what I'm saying, because I don't really want it to be surrounding the roots in the pots, just because I feel like that kind of fosters an environment for rot, you know, and it's really difficult to completely remove it. And also, not to mention that sphagnum moss is related to peat moss, which is a, you know, a non-renewable resource. But since I'm in here looking at these roots, there is, can you see that little growth tip? That's really exciting. So on top of having these roots, it has that growth tip, which is super fun. And this might be kind of silly, but I kind of just want to like put it in this with the cocoa peat. I'm just paranoid. I really just don't want this plant to die. So even if it means I have to like fix this in a couple months, I'm just gonna do this. It doesn't look super exciting, but yeah, it's in its pot now.
Let's take a brief pause to discuss today's sponsor, which is Green Chef. So Green Chef is a USDA certified organic company that offers dishes for a variety of lifestyles, including vegetarian, vegan, paleo, and keto. I've been getting the vegetarian box for a few months now, and I'm always so excited to see what fun new recipes they come up with. What makes Green Chef so convenient is the ingredients come pre-measured, perfectly portioned, and mostly prepped to make your process that much quicker and easier. The produce is always fresh, and the spice blends, I have to say, are amazing. Also, fun fact, Green Chef is the most sustainable meal kit, and they offset 100% of their direct carbon emissions and plastic packaging in every box. My favorite Green Chef meals are those that are the power bowls, basically when you have a bunch of ingredients coming together. I love the way that it tastes. I love I just love having all the flavors coming together. It's always amazing, and this one was no exception. So if you'd like to check out Green Chef, you can head over to greenchef.us/delaplants100 and use the code delaplants100 to get $100 off plus free shipping on your first box. And I hope you enjoy.
You guys, I'm so excited to try this. These types of meals are seriously my favorite, like when everything's melded together. These meals get better and better every single time, I swear. Highly recommend, okay? I'm gonna go enjoy lunch and then we'll continue with the plant stuff. I wanted to show you something kind of fun because I have some like wet sticks and seeds in this. This is a piece of my Standeliana that I, chopped up. And then these little seedlings are Anthurium. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the most developed one here. And they're really, really cute and tiny, and my camera is having a very hard time picking them up. But I ordered them from a man on Instagram called Jungleberry, and he has a lot of seeds for sale at various times. The next thing that I want to do is fix up this little guy. This is a Hoya polynura, and this soil is dry AF. Yeah, it needs a soil refresh. Like, there's just not that much soil left in the pot here. So, I'm immediately hit with that dry soil smell. Not good. Not good. Okay. I have this little pot from Annie's Pottery. I'm gonna put a little bit of this cocoa peat in there to help retain a bit of moisture, because these tiny plants, I noticed with the De La tanks, they dry up really fast because, the soil is like really, really chunky. So it's not super suitable for tiny, tiny pots. So I'm just gonna add in a little bit of this cocoa peat. Look at this new forgetti-eye leaf. It is beautiful, it is perfect. She is beauty, she is grace, basically. But this soil mix is not beauty and grace. I haven't repotted this plant in well over a year, and I want to give it a soil refresh so that it has exactly what it needs, I did thrift some more terracotta pots, which I was pretty stoked about. That is perfect size. All right, so I also grabbed some cocoa peat to mix in a little bit, because I am going to be potting it in the De La tanks, of course. Do I even need to say it anymore? You guys already know. Just a little bit of cocoa peat in there for extra moisture retention. Looking good. This next one is potted in De La tanks, so I'll be able to reuse the soil, but it's just looking bad. It has definitely looked better in the past. I think it's also gonna get a new pot. So now that all of those things are done, I have to figure out how I'm going to fit all of this in the cabinet, because I had it sort of situated so that it would be perfect, like exactly how it was with like all the different pot sizes. And now I'm introducing 2 bigger pots, and like a lot of the stuff in here has small tiny pots. So let's see what I can do to reorganize this.
To leave you first. I've been thinking of how.
Okay, so the next thing that I'm doing to improve the cabinet is set up this smart plug. So it had really mixed reviews on Amazon. That's where I got it from. So I don't know. I will let you know if I recommend it or not at a later time. I want to try it out for a while. But basically you just download their app, and then with the app you can turn on or off these plugs, and that's going to be really helpful for me